Hello everyone, welcome to one more session of science with me. So children, today we are continuing the chapter light, sound and force. So in a previous video we have learned luminous object and non-luminous object. So just have a quick recap. So luminous object, an object that gives out light, is called a luminous object, like sun, bulb. These are the example of the luminous object. Now the second is non-luminous object. An object that does not give out light is called non-luminous objects. For example, like a pencil, kite, table, chair. These are the examples of the non-luminous object. Now we are moving to the shadow. Okay, so children, have you ever noticed a dark patch on the ground? Or you stand outside in the sun or under a street light? You will see a dark patch is formed. So children, that dark patch is your shadow, right? So, a shadow is formed when light travels in a straight line, and when an object like the sun, bulb or candle, these are the luminous objects, when they block the path of light, then a shadow is formed. Children, you know, a shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the light. So, how is shadow formed? A shadow is formed when light travels in a straight line. And second thing, when an object blocks the path of light, a shadow is formed. Okay, so when we're talking about the object, okay, so the object like the luminous object like a sun, bulb and candle, these are the luminous objects. They what happens? They block the light and the shadow is formed. Sometimes have you children see the shadows are the smaller and sometimes they are bigger than the actual size. So what happened? A shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the light. So when we're talking about the children, have you ever noticed in the morning and in the evening? In the morning or in the evenings, the sun rays fall in an inclined position, or you can say in the slanting position. Okay, so the shadows are long. Okay, so our shadows which form, that is the tallest in the morning and the evening. The shadow which form, that will be the tallest one, okay, in the morning and the evening. Now when we're talking about the afternoon, at a noon time, so at a noon time the sun is directly overhead, okay, because at that time children, you know, the sun reach in its highest point, okay. So at noon the sun is directly overhead, so the sun rays falls vertically on the body, so the shadow is very small at that time. So in the morning the shadow is long, in the morning and evening the shadows are long because the sun rays are slanting which fall to us, okay. So at a noon the shadows are short, okay. Why? Because that time the sun is directly overhead and the sun rays fall vertically on the body, so the shadow is very short at noon time, right? Okay children, now we are going to learn about understanding sound. So children, you know, when we're talking about the sound, see, when we talk, we are making a sound. So our tongue helps us to make a sound. Who help us to make a sound? Our tongue helps us to make a sound. So children, we hear sounds of all kinds with the help of our ears. We hear a different types of sounds with the ears. Children, you know, if you strike a steel tumbler with a spoon, what will happen? It makes a sound. So we hear various kinds of sounds such as the ring of a school bell, or you can say telephone, you know, the cry of a baby and the bark of a dog. See, these types of sounds we are hearing. See, these are the various kinds of sounds, okay, which we hear daily. So some sounds are soft, okay, some sounds are loud, some sounds are pleasant and some sounds are unpleasant, okay. So children, we like to hear soft and pleasant sounds. So there are the different types of sounds, okay. So soft sound, loud sound, pleasant sound and unpleasant sound, okay. So children, you know, we like to hear a soft and pleasant sound. We do not like to hear a loud and unpleasant sounds. Did you like to hear loud and unpleasant sound? Nobody likes, okay. So what happens when everybody in a class start talking, or what happens when everybody during online classes, when everybody will start talking loudly at the same time, what will happen? What happens when all the children will start talking at a one time? What will happen? It will create a noise. Okay, so a loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. Okay, so children, you know what happen when all the vehicles on the road start honking in a traffic jam? Okay, what will happen? It will create a one kind of noise. Okay, so sound that is loud and unpleasant, which we don't like it to hear, that is called a noise. Okay, too much noise, what will happen? That disturbs us and it is bad for our health also. Okay, that's why we should learn to speak very softly. So here are some different types of sounds I have mentioned on the board. See the soft sound. Okay, so whispering. Okay, whispering when we are talking very politely, softly. Okay, now the second one, a loud sound. Okay, ring of the school bell or the loudspeaker, these are the loud sound. Okay, now the pleasant sound. Pleasant sound, the sound which we like to hear. Have you heard a chirping of a bird? Okay, a music, when you're listening a music, that they are the pleasant sound which we like. Okay, and when we are talking about the unpleasant sound, see children, no one's like the unpleasant sound. Okay, what will happen if continuous your honking of a vehicle? See, these are the examples of the unpleasant sound. Continuous honking of a vehicles or the bustings of the crackers, these are the unpleasant sound which we don't like to hear. Okay, so what is a noise? Loud and unpleasant sound is called a noise. Okay, children, what happen? You know what happen if we should what will happen if you all are going to shout in the class? What will happen? Sorry, if the teacher will explain anything, are you able to hear it properly in the class? No. Okay, so what can we do to avoid making noise? So see here some different things. Some things are there. So we can do the following things to avoid making noise. Like, first of all, we should not make noise in the class. Okay, right now the online classes are going on. So what you people are doing, you are unmuting yourself and making a, what type of sound is coming? You are making a class noisy. Okay, so we should not make noise in the class. Okay, this is a very important point. Okay, now you have to remember this one. When the classes is going on, that time none of the child is going to unmute. Okay, until and unless the teacher is not going to say you. Okay, what will happen? That will create a noise in the class and that is not good for us. Okay, so and the second, we should always play television, music system, etc. at a low volume. Okay, so that we do not disturb others. Okay, so learn this thing. We should always play the televisions and the music systems at a low volume, so in that we do not disturb other members of a family or a neighbors. Okay, clear to everyone? So the noise is loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. So children, if you shout, if you scream in the screaming or all, these are the unpleasant one. Okay, nobody likes. If you want to say, first try to learn speak very politely. Okay, if you want to say anything, okay, to your teacher or to your elder or to your mother or to anyone, okay, we should speak softly. Okay. Okay children, now we are going to learn about what is force. Okay, so what is a force? A push or pull is called force. Okay, children, you know, in everyday life we push or pull things to move them. So a push or pull is called force. Children, you know, a push or pull acting or applied on an object is called force. For example, I am telling you picking. Suppose if you are picking something, so what happens? You need to apply some force. If when you are opening the door or you are shutting the door, again, do you know? Again, what you are doing? Again, you need to apply some force. Kicking, okay? Suppose you are playing a football. At that time also you are kicking the football. So that time, children, you need to apply some force. Okay? So this means if you are applying the force, suppose if you want to change something, so you need to apply a force on it. Okay, so What is a force? A push or pull is called force. Now, children, this force help us to do many things. Okay. First thing, it can move an object. It can change the shape of an object. It can stop moving things. Okay. Now, these are the effect of the force. So, it can move an object. For example, a toy car. Okay. So, children, the toy car, suppose the toy car is in still position. Still means it's not moving. Okay. So, what will happen? When you apply some force on the toy car, what will happen? It will start moving. Right. The second, force can change the shape of objects. Children, have you seen when mama is making chapati from dough? Dough is a wheat flour, atta jisko bolte. Okay. So she make a dough. After then she is making a ball. From the dough she is making a ball. And mama using the roller pin. And when she apply the force on the dough ball, what will happen? That will change the shape of that ball. It will make, suppose mama is making chapati, or she is making paratha, or she is making puri for you. So when she apply the force on it, it can change the shape of object, right? It can stop moving things. For example, goalkeeper stops a football. So, children, it can stop. Suppose if you are playing, okay? One more example I want to give. Actually, it can, force can change the direction also. Okay. So, suppose you are playing a cricket. Okay. And that time when you need to apply some force on when the ball is coming, and you apply the force on your bat, and it will change the direction of a ball. Okay. So, force can stop the moving object. Okay. Force can also stop the moving object, like goalkeeper stops a football. So, children, I think it's clear. So, what is a force? A push or pull is called force. And what are the effect? Force help us to do many things. It can move an object. It can change the shape of objects. It can stop moving things. Okay. Now, children, the most important thing, now we are talking about the friction. Okay. What is a friction? Okay. Now, the force that slows down the movement of an object is called friction. What is a friction? The force that slows down, okay, the movement of an object is called a friction. Okay. Children, friction is the force between the two surfaces that are sliding or trying to slide across each other. And children, friction always work in the direction opposite to the direction in which an object is moving and trying to move. Okay. You can say the friction is the resistance of the motion. When an object rub against another, what will happen? When you're rubbing your palms, the friction, the heat is produced. Okay. So anytime when the two objects rub against each other, they cause a friction. Clear? I hope the friction is clear. So friction is the force that tries to stop the movement of object across a surface. Okay. Friction always act in the direction opposite to the direction of movement of an object. It can slow down the movement of an object or stop it from moving altogether. Okay. So this is the friction. Now the example, suppose children walking on the road. Okay. We walk due to friction. Okay. So for example, one more example I would like to give you, walking on the road, because friction between our feet and the ground make it possible for us to walk. Okay. Due to friction only, children, we are able to walk. So friction between our feet and the ground makes it possible for us to walk. Okay. Children, in the rough surface, when we're talking about the rough surface, there will be more friction. And in the smooth surface, the friction will be less. Okay. So, children, we find very hard to walk on the ice or a smooth polished floor. Okay. Why? Because there is a less friction. And that's why what will happen? We often slip on the icy ground or a wet floor. So in the smooth surface, the friction will be less, and it's very difficult for us to walk on this smoothy surface or on the icy ground. Okay. What will happen? We will slip. Okay. On the wet floor. Right. So if the friction will be more, then also it's very difficult for us to move the things and to walk. Okay. Clear? So more friction will be produced in the rough surface, and the less friction will be in your smooth surface. Okay, right? So children, in this way we have studied in this chapter about the luminous and the non-luminous object, how the shadow is formed, different types of sounds, force and the friction. Okay, so bye bye to everyone. We'll meet up with a new chapter with the next video. Okay, bye bye to everyone.